Yes.
How do we know that the Torah in our days and right now is the same exact one that Torah that
Very simple.
that Hashem gave us?
Very simple. Every synagogue in the world that you're going to go, you will find only one version. And let me explain to you something. The Muslims today, they have a serious problem. Why? They're more educated than they used to be until now because of the internet, Google. In the last 15 years, many ignorant Muslims beginning to find things in Judaism that nobody ever knew in the Arab countries. They only knew what the Qadi in a mosque told them on Fridays, and it was all lies. The expert of lies. 99% of what they say about the Jews is all lies. You should steal from them, God say this on them, you have to kill them, kuffars, all kinds of things. But now when the Arabs Google and search and they ask questions to rabbis, there's a lot of websites, anonymously or publicly, I get every day questions from Arab countries, from Arab students, from Arab professors, and they are shocked from the answer. They can't believe, because they were fed with so many lies that when I prove to them the sources, they go crazy. Let me give you an example. One Arab discovered in this generation that in the Torah it says that Ishmael Pere Adam, that the founder of the Arab nation, it's a wild beast. That's what the Torah says. Now the Arabs know that the Torah is a holy book. The Quran speaks about the Torah hundreds of places, that it's a holy book. It says that God gave it to Musa, to Moshe, and it's a holiest book, and Moshe is the biggest prophet. It says over there. So now in the Torah it says that Ishmael Pere Adam, Ismail, it's their father. So they read about it. And they also say that God said to Isaac, to Abraham, your only son, take your only son to the Akedah, to the Moriah mountain, and slaughter him in front of me. Bring him a sacrifice. And Abraham asked him, which one? I have two sons. He said, no, you have only one son, the one you love. He said, I love both of them. He said, your only son, Yitzchak. That's a verse in the Torah, you cannot deny it. So Hashem said to Abraham, I don't care about Ishmael. Your son is Yitzchak, beYitzchak yikare lecha zera. The holy nation come from Yitzchak, not from Ishmael. So when they come to their teachers in the Arab countries and they say, look, how we say that Muhammad, Quran, we holy, and God left the Jews, it says clearly over here that the Jews are the only one. They came from Yitzchak, we didn't come from Yitzchak. So guess what they say? The Jews lied, they changed the Torah. It used to be Ishmael. God said to them, take Ishmael, and they changed Ishmael and they made it Yitzchak. This answer, not only is stupid, is the most foolish thing you can think about. Why? You search in the entire world in the last 3,330 years, you only find one version of the Torah. Nowhere in the history was reported that there's a different the Torah than the one we have. No Jew ever had to check when he goes from one country to another, maybe it's a different Torah, like they have. They have many differences. We have one version all over the world from the Torah, from the beginning to the end. If there was another version somewhere in the world that it say, take Ishmael and bring him a sacrifice to me, and now there is another version with Yitzchak, now we had to go back in history and investigate which version was first in history, in a chronological order, which is not an easy thing to do sometimes. But since it was never ever reported anywhere in the world that there's another version like this, if the Jews changed the Torah somewhere in the world when there was no telephone, no communication, no internet, no emails, no way to know. So if the Jews of Russia decided to change the Torah and put Yitzchak instead of Ishmael, the Jews in Syria would never know about it. They would continue to write in their book the same way it was. And the Jews in a different... So one day they all gathered in Israel and they brought their ancient Torah from hundreds of years ago, and they opened the Torah and they're all one version. Nobody ever saw a version with Ishmael. So this is a very stupid answer. But every normal Arab would answer right away, what are you selling me this nonsense? Can you prove one Torah in the world that says Ishmael? Ever? There's any indication? Never. But that's how they feed them. But we should not be foolish like this. We have the Torah and we have the truth of God.